What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. So check it out. I saw Stephen Amell was trending on Twitter. Well, I should say trending on X. Okay, instead of Twitter. It still says search Twitter right up here, but whatever. So he's trending right now with Green Arrow, and it's like, all right, what's going on? Why is he trending? So you click that. Yeah, Virgin Stephen Amell not supporting the strike versus Chad Grant Gustin attending the strike with his fellow writers and actors. Yeah, so Stephen Amell had some comments to say. Let's quickly listen to this.
I support my union, I do, and I stand with them. I do not support striking. I don't. I think that it is a reductive negotiating tactic. And I find the entire thing incredibly frustrating. And I think that the thinking as it pertains to shows like the show that I'm on that premiered last night, I think that is. Woo! I think that it is. I think it's myopic, and I stand with my union.
Yeah, Stephen Amell, he's like, yo, I ain't about that picket sign life, okay? I'm not about this picket signs nonsense. This is crazy. I'm not doing it. As you can see on this headline by Deadline, calls the actors' strike a myopic and a reductive negotiating tactic. And look, he's right, okay? He's right, especially about this word, myopic. It's haves and have-nots, even in Hollywood. Okay, this is one of the main reasons why, like, socialism just doesn't work. It always fails the little guy. Okay, and that's the reason why it just falls apart after a while. Socialism, because this idea of the class struggle. Think about this. This idea of the class struggle. There's always cats at the top of that food chain. Oh, the workers have to unite and blah, blah, blah. Okay, there's always going to be somebody at the top that's living well, that's eating well, that has their health care covered. Okay, and they're doing just fine. Meanwhile, it's all the folks at the bottom that are hung out to dry. Right? And that's the cold-blooded part about this. Because look, check this out. Yeah, check this out. On Variety, SAG-AFTRA defends indie productions as a vital part of their strike strategy. Yeah, there's actual indie productions, indie film productions going on right now during the strike. Okay, while these cats are all out there marching in the hot-ass sun, these dudes are here. There's actual actors out there working and getting paid for it, all right? While these guys just got to sit out here and sweat it out. And it says it here, look, more than 100 productions are filming during the strike. 100 independent productions. And, SAG is like, yeah, they had to defend that decision to give the green light to those productions. Unbelievable, right? Many members, including Sarah Silverman and Viola Davis, publicly suggested that working under an interim agreement would undermine the strike. Hey, you can see Viola Davis, she pumped the brakes on G20. I guess that's the one that she was supposed to be in solidarity with the SAG-AFTRA strike, despite Guild approving the production waiver. So she was going to be in this film, but she said, that don't make sense, okay? I'm not standing in solidarity, right, with my fellow actors, so I guess I'm not going to be in this. This is stupid. What's going on here? Even though the Guild said, no, go ahead and work, okay? And yeah, let's look at the so-called strike strategy. Let's go over this real quick. Now, look, here's what it says here. Many people refer to the agreements as a waiver, though SAG-AFTRA disapproves of the term. The union notes that productions are not getting around SAG-AFTRA demands, but in fact are accepting them, which increases pressure on AMPTP companies. We believe the leverage created by increasing competitive pressure on the AMPTP and denying them what they want most will force them back to the table and help bring this strike to an end. Fat chance, all right? Fat chance. The union also argued that if producers are willing to shoot on SAG-AFTRA terms, that proves that the terms are reasonable. It also states that allowing independent producers to shoot will ensure that budgets go to union-covered work rather than fueling a pipeline of non-union foreign production. Yeah, there's going to be a whole lot of these. We've already talked about that plenty of times. There's going to be a lot of foreign productions from the non-union side that's going to be taking care of Netflix, Amazon, and a whole lot of these other streaming services for years to come. And it says some actors have raised concerns that the independent productions will ultimately be distributed by AMPTP companies like Amazon or Netflix. Exactly. These independent companies are just going to sell this to Amazon and Netflix. You know, Netflix, hey, we need some product. We need some content. What do you guys got? Oh, yeah, we got this new movie. We just shot it last year. You know, it was an independent production, but we have full authority from the guild to go ahead and do it. All right, let's have it. Okay. And then they'll just sell it there. And so you're not hurting Amazon or Netflix at all. Amazon and Netflix are the main problems. Really Netflix. All right. Netflix is the ones that you really are going after when it comes to these residuals that's getting paid for streaming. It's not really lining up like it used to with network television. That's the ones that you guys are going after. And basically what you're doing is you're saying, okay, it's all right for these independent productions to come out here and make content for Netflix. It's absolutely ridiculous. And like I said, man, these actors are doing just fine. These actors are going to be just fine. All the cast that are acting in these performances or in these productions, they're going to be just fine. These are the guys that are going to be struggling, okay? These regular actors that are, what are they doing? While the other actors are working, what are these cats doing? Walking up and down in the middle of summer in the hot-ass sun with picket signs on their shoulders like idiots. I mean, that's how it looks to me. And like Stephen Amell sitting here at GalaxyCon. Did you remember like these actors that couldn't go to Comic-Con, you know, to promote anything? Yeah, Stephen Amell said, yeah, hell with that. I'll be out here promoting Heels. Yeah, you guys go and check out the show. You heard them. They were cheering for Heels and everything. I mean, it's hilarious, man. Again, these guys are not all together, okay? They are not united whatsoever. And this is what I like about Deadline is Deadline has a ton of comments, okay? They got 84 comments, and a lot of these are from actors. Let's go ahead and check some of these out. Is it weird that actors can still work during a strike? Should he have shut up and applied for an exception for some side hustling acting gig? Nah, he's just doing his thing, okay? Sometimes it just pays just to be like, hey, you know what? I'm just doing my thing and, you know, let the chips fall where they may. You know, Steve, they may rip up your union card for this, all right? Right in your face, just grab it. You're not in the union no more or whatever, but I'm sure you'll be all right. Please, people, we can disagree about certain things, but let's keep our eye on the ball and the facts. When only 15 out of 100 actors can afford health insurance, something is deeply wrong. When you have decades of film and TV on streaming platforms and only get residuals in units of 1 cent, something has to change. Damn. When AI threatens the industry as a whole, we need to stand united. Respectfully, a once solidly middle-class actor. Yeah, these are the guys right here. These middle-class guys, these are the guys that are going to be losing it all the way around, all right? It's not going to be Stephen Amell. It's not going to be Viola Davis. It's Sarah Silverman. It's not going to be any of those guys that you see, you know, those, what is it? Bryan Cranston came out there and had some big speech. Those guys are fine. Those guys are they're actually the ones that are going to benefit from this strike the most. Okay, because their residuals are going to be going through the roof once Netflix and all these guys figure it out. Okay, they're going to be fine. And then meanwhile, it's going to be the middle class and the lower class actors, the guys that are just background actors. Those are the guys that are going to be losing gigs. What's going to end up happening is they're going to reduce the content that they are producing. All of these productions, they're going to go from like, let's say 500 productions. I've said this before. They're going to go from 500 productions to 400 productions. All right. And then everybody will just they'll spend the same money that they spent on the 500 productions. So everybody will make a little bit more, all right? But they'll have 100 less production. That means 100 less things that are being made. They probably need to slow down on the content anyway, but they're going to make 100 less things. That means 100 less jobs overall throughout the industry for these various actors and other gigs and everything. So all of those guys, these actors, these top flight guys, they're going to be just fine. These guys are the middle class. That's where it's going to hurt them. Look at this guy. Crew member agrees with Amell. IA member here, not a studio shill. Strongly against the strikes. Agree with everything Amell said. A bunch of my crew colleagues were saying the same thing privately on set in April and May. Yeah, so you got people that are part of crews, okay? These guys are also losing work. And so, yeah, they're like, yeah, this strike stuff doesn't make sense to us. You know, maybe they're covered. I don't know. Okay, maybe they got their health care. I don't know. But at the end of the day, yeah, you know, it's hard to, you know, a lot of these people are not supporting these strikes. Yeah, having a hard time finding any below the line person still supporting the strike at this point. What a mess. Yeah, again, there's people that are not going to support this in the Hollywood industry. It's not 100%, hey, we all stand in solidarity. A lot of these crews, some of these actors are like, I'm not really sure about this. Look at this, bank account dropping. And you can keep repeating this and it won't be true. My mortgage lender doesn't care about your residual imbalance. My kid needs to eat and I have no work. So unlike these people marching up and down the sidewalks, listening to music as if it's a party, I'm finding work wherever I can. Back to construction I go. You're fools and you've convinced yourselves your cause is righteous. Whoa. Again, you got people that are in the business that are like, hey, I need to eat, right? My kid needs to eat. I have no work. I got to do what I got to do. Okay, I can't sit on the sideline marching. Okay, getting it in like these dudes here. I can't do this. All right, I don't have time for this. I got to go out there and eat. All right, my kid has, I don't know how these cats are doing this. Maybe they're picking up some grub. I don't know. Maybe they got like food stands over here or something. But a lot of these cats is like, hey, man, I can't do this. I got to get to work. People who have shows on the fringe are in jeopardy of having their work go unnoticed or canceled. Why would they want to see it fade away? There has to be a better way than striking. It's an ugly situation no matter how you look at it. Look, this one's coming from an actor. We didn't vote to strike. We voted to give the board authority to negotiate and included striking as an option. The whole goal is to get a deal done, and our leadership so far has failed us. Quit making inflammatory comments in the press and get a deal done. Yeah, they're tired of this stuff, okay? They are absolutely sick and tired of this. Some of these guys are anyway. Yeah, this person says they're a SAG actor. 98% of us voted to authorize a strike, and you're annoyed the leadership decided to. LOL, that's weird. The AMPTP disrespected us like they disrespected the writers. Canceled meetings, refused to even discuss certain topics. What did you expect our leadership would do? Negotiate with the wall? A wall can't sign the contract. Well, see, this is where they say, hey, if we're canceling meetings, we're refusing to discuss certain topics. At that point, you got to see the writing on the wall. Okay, you're talking about the wall, you need to see the writing on the wall. And the writing says, they're about to either keep us out for a very, very long time. You know, our demands, they're saying it's beyond the pale. We got to come to the table with something that makes sense. They're not even discussing certain topics. I mean, that tells me that, all right, we've hit a roadblock. Let's get a deal done that makes sense for what we can do. We will attack these other matters later. Okay, and let everybody know we made the best deal that we could, but we do not want people out of work. But now that this is where they are. I get what Amell is saying. The rich actors like Clooney, Damon, and Chastain can take a few months off because they're millionaires, but the below-the-line actors will have trouble keeping a roof over their heads and food in their mouths during a strike. It's a terrible way to negotiate. Strikes can last months, so these people will have to get second and possibly third jobs to survive. Exactly. Like, again, these cats, like he's saying, Clooney, Damon, Chastain, so on and so forth, all right? These actors are good, okay? They ain't got nothing to worry about. They're going to be just fine. So again, you can see again, some of these actors are starting to say, hey, you know what? I don't understand what's going on here. We're all not together on this. But nevertheless, there's people out there walking the picket lines as we speak, all right? And the studios are like, yeah, you know, well, we'll get back to you, okay, whenever we feel like it. But anyway, folks, what do y'all think about this situation? I just find it fascinating, right? That you have like different takes from this. You know, you got the top tier actors, you know, like I said, with Bryan Cranston, you know, these guys that are in the Clooney and Damon categories, all right? These cats have made their money. They're going to be just fine. And they're out there like, yeah, stand in solidarity and all that kind of crap, right? And then meanwhile, you know, you got these cats who are more the working class, I would say. The working class actors, the guys that are, you know, they're the ones that don't have the health benefits. They're the ones that really need this. And they're marching around out there on strike. And they probably go into a second job right after this or a third job right after this, you know? And meanwhile, you got SAG giving a green light for other actors to actually go out there and work on independent productions that are probably ultimately just going to be filling up Netflix's content. All right. It's just hilarious to me. I don't think they had this thing completely figured out. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.